Hello and a warm welcome to our latest video. We're so excited to have you here today as we dive into the exciting topic of the club's proposed sale. For those who are new here, we're a channel dedicated to all things Manchester United, providing daily bite-sized updates via shorts and reels to keep you informed on everything about the Red Devils. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with all the latest news and save time scrolling through various sources. Today, we'll be discussing the topic of Manchester United's proposed sale. While there has been a lot of news about potential new owners, it remains uncertain whether the Glazers will indeed sell the club. But don't worry, there's hope for a brighter future for Manchester United regardless of who ends up purchasing the club. Let's dive into this topic and explore the latest updates with optimism. Currently, there have been 3 public bidders who have expressed their interest in buying Manchester United. However, it's also rumored that there are up to 6 or 8 additional bidders who have chosen to remain quiet for the time being. Interestingly, one of these potential bidders is believed to be a US-based hedge fund corporation. While they aren't interested in purchasing the club outright, they are reportedly interested in funding either the Glazers or any other potential buyer. So far, 4 bidders have come to public attention: Ineos, led by British businessman Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Sheikh Jassim from Qatar, Finnish entrepreneur Thomas Siliakis, and the US-based hedge fund company Elliott Group. Each of these bidders has their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and will be conducting a SWOT analysis of each to gain a better understanding of their potential fit for the club's future. But before we dive into the SWOT analysis, we want to emphasize that our views are solely based on our research and personal perceptions, and may not necessarily reflect the actual situation. As ardent fans of Manchester United, we have conducted extensive research on the internet to gather insights on the potential bidders. Our objective is to provide an informed perspective on who could be a suitable candidate to steer our beloved club towards a brighter future. So stay tuned, and let's explore the latest updates with optimism. Let's take a closer look at the first potential bidder, Ineos, led by Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Strengths. Firstly, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is a lifelong Manchester United fan, which could provide him with valuable insight into fan sentiments and expectations. Secondly, Ratcliffe has extensive experience in sports management through his various sports ventures, including FC Lausanne-Sport, Ineos Britannia, Ineos Grenadiers, and OGC Nice. This experience could prove valuable in making strategic decisions for the club. Weaknesses. Despite his vast wealth, Ratcliffe may not have the financial muscle to compete with oil-backed clubs like Manchester City and PSG. It is also worth noting that Ineos will buy United by typically raising funds through debt in its own books. Therefore, the source of funds for stadium upgrades, training facilities, and player transfers remains uncertain. Opportunities. Manchester United is a global brand that generates a significant amount of revenue through sponsorships and merchandise sales. A seasoned business magnate like Ratcliffe could leverage these resources to invest back into the club and drive future growth. Threats. While we can't point to any specific threats posed by Ratcliffe or Ineos, it's worth noting that every billionaire and multinational corporation has its fair share of controversies and criticisms. Ratcliffe's other ventures, such as chemical manufacturing, could potentially tarnish the club's image and provoke protests from fans or the public. Additionally, there have been rumors that Ratcliffe is not willing to overspend on the club's operations or acquisitions. Verdict. Ineos, led by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, presents a mixed picture in terms of its suitability as a Manchester United owner. While Ratcliffe's passion for the club and sports management experience are strengths, the potential financial constraints and controversy surrounding his other business interests are weaknesses. Overall, it remains to be seen whether Ineos can effectively compete with other bidders for the acquisition of Manchester United. Next up for consideration is Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani, backed by Qatar. Sheikh Jassim is the chairman of Qatar Islamic Bank, one of the largest banks in Qatar, and his father is a former prime minister of the country. While his net worth is unknown, it is believed to be in the billions. Here is a SWOT analysis of Sheikh Jassim's bid. Strengths. Sheikh Jassim's financial resources are substantial, which could help him easily compete with the wealthy owners of Manchester City, PSG, and Newcastle. Additionally, the Middle East has a deep love for football, and owning Manchester United would be a point of pride for the Sheikh and his country. Weaknesses. Sheikh Jassim has no prior experience in running a football club, let alone one as large as Manchester United. While money can solve many problems, it cannot necessarily buy success on the pitch. Moreover, given the Sheikh's lack of experience, there may be a steep learning curve for him and his team. Opportunities. This bid presents many opportunities, including wiping out the club's debt, building a new or improved stadium, and investing in new training facilities. With ample resources, Sheikh Jassim could easily provide the funds needed to compete with other top clubs in the transfer market. Threats. Two significant threats loom over this bid. Firstly, Sheikh Jassim is closely linked to the ruling family of Qatar, which raises questions about the possibility of interference or sudden changes in ownership. Secondly, if Sheikh Jassim takes control of Manchester United, there is a possibility that the club will never leave Qatar again. As the most valuable asset of the Sheikh's family, it could be passed down from generation to generation, with varying levels of commitment and expertise. Verdict. Sheikh Jassim's bid has significant financial resources, but there are concerns about his lack of experience in running a football club, potential interference from the ruling family of Qatar, and the possibility that the club may be viewed as a family heirloom rather than a football club. Overall, it remains to be seen whether Sheikh Jassim can effectively compete with other bidders for the acquisition of Manchester United. Third on the list is Thomas Ziliakis, a Finnish businessman who has offered to buy half of Manchester United and offer the other half to the fans as part of a fan ownership model. Ziliakis has experience with sports entities, having owned Geylang International and served as chairman of Finnish football club HJK Helsinki, but nothing on the scale of Manchester United. Let's dive into a SWOT analysis of Ziliakis' bid. Strengths. Ziliakis' proposal of a fan ownership model is an interesting and innovative approach to ownership, which could bring Manchester United closer to the fans and give them a voice in important decisions. Weaknesses. The fan ownership model proposed by Ziliakis raises significant questions and uncertainties. First, raising the necessary funds of $3 billion from fans may be challenging, and the feasibility of the plan is unclear. Secondly, it is not clear who would fund the $1 billion required to overhaul the stadium and facilities. Furthermore, there are concerns about Ziliakis' lack of experience with a club of Manchester United size and the unknown nature of his funding sources. Opportunities. Ziliakis' proposal offers the possibility of freeing Manchester United from predatory owners such as the Glazers, and could bring the club closer to the fans, creating a sense of unity between ownership and supporters. Fan ownership models have been successful in other parts of the world, and this could be a unique opportunity to bring this approach to the Premier League. Threats. There are significant threats to Ziliakis' proposal. The unknown nature of the funding sources and lack of experience with a club of Manchester United size could create challenges in decision-making and operational management. Additionally, there are concerns about whether the fan ownership model could work in the Premier League, especially given the large and diverse fan base of Manchester United. Verdict. Ziliakis' proposal offers an intriguing and innovative approach to ownership, but it comes with significant risks and uncertainties. The feasibility of the fan ownership model and the lack of experience of Ziliakis with a club of Manchester United size raise significant questions about the viability of this bid. The last category of potential Manchester United buyers comprises of hedge fund corporations and American businessmen with strong financial backing. However, their primary objective is to generate profits, rather than a genuine interest in football. Strength. They possess an excellent track record of growing businesses, which could lead to an increase in the club's value to unprecedented levels. Weakness. The focus on profit-making could potentially cause a lack of attention towards football matters and disregard for the sport. Opportunities. The opportunity to grow the club's value to $6 or $8 billion, but the extent to which football success is prioritized is uncertain. Threat. The risk of debt and poor footballing decisions as a result of their disinterest in the sport. Verdict. While these potential buyers may have the financial resources to enhance the club's value, their focus on monetary gain and lack of passion for football make them a risky option. The risk of neglecting the sporting side of things and the possibility of accruing debt are significant concerns. In conclusion, we have provided an unbiased evaluation of all potential ownership options for Manchester United. While each alternative has its weaknesses and potential threats, it is essential to recognize that no buyer is faultless. The crucial question is whether the club can eventually secure a competent and responsible owner after 2 decades of substandard management by American businessmen. Ultimately, only time will tell. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel for more similar content in the future.